class, in this video we're going to be looking at section 3 from unit 8, and in this section we're going to determine the area with respect to the y-axis. So what that means is we're going to be looking at our functions, and instead of looking down to our x, what we're going to do is we're going to look to our y-axis to help us or to find the area. So in this particular case right here, I'm going to end up with positive area right here because I'm going from my function to the y-axis, and then after 5, I'm going to have all this negative area here. All right, so I'm asked to determine the area with respect to y from 1 to 8. So in order to do that, I've got to put my function in terms of y, which means I'm going to rearrange for x here. And so I'm going to just start solving through. So I'll get y minus 1 over 2 all squared minus 4, and then I'm going to distribute that negative because I'll divide by x, negative x I mean, and I'll negative 1, and I'll get negative, and then this will become a positive. So this is what I want to integrate here. So I'm going to integrate this function, but I can tell you that I'm definitely going to clean that bad boy up. So this will be negative on the outside, y squared minus 2y plus 1 all over 4 plus 4. This is going to be a little bit tedious. So negative 1/4 y squared plus, that'll just be 1/2 y plus 1/4. Sorry, that should be a negative 1/4 plus 4. And then this can become negative 1 over 4 y squared plus 1/2 y. Negative 1/4 plus 1/4, so 16 should be plus 15 over 16, I believe. Does that make sense? 16 over 4 and then minus 1. Yeah, checks out for me. All right, so I'm going to integrate from 1 to, what did they tell me to do? 1 to 8? Is that what it was? 1 to 8. 1 to 8 of negative 1/4 y squared plus 1/2 y plus 15 over 16. dy, because I'm integrating with respect to y. Now this is just a basic power rule reversal, so this will be negative 1. What's that going to be? So it's going to be cubed. I'll have a 3 down there, so it'll be a 12 plus 1 over 4 y squared, because I have to put a 2 down there, and then plus 15 over 16 y. And I do it on the interval 1 to 8. And then we're into tedious territory here where I'm just plugging in 8 to my y's, plugging in 1s, and taking that difference between everything. By all means, if you're good with this, I mean, put in your calculator, check your answer, but this is, we're back into grade 9 order of operations now. So this will be 8 cubed plus 1/4, 8 squared plus 15 over 16, 8 minus, hard brackets, got to remember to distribute that negative, negative 1/12, 1 cubed plus 1/4, 1 squared plus 15. Oh no, out of space. Plus 15 over 16 times 1 will just be 15 over 16, luckily. And again, we've substituted in. This evaluates to a number. I would say you're good to leave here for an FRQ. And a multiple choice probably wouldn't have something this convoluted or tedious. They would go from 0 to something. So all this could be just called to 0. But again, if you see an error somewhere in my calculations, by all means, shoot me an email and I will correct it. If you have questions, you can come find me in class if we're back in class, or always through emails. I would like to just address this quickly right here on what to do for situations where we've got to find the area between two lines with respect to y. So we just covered this in the previous video. So if you're still weak on the area between two lines, I would encourage you to go back and review that. But in this case right here, what we're doing is we're saying, okay, instead of me looking from with respect to x, which wouldn't mean anything in this case because these lines are never on top of each other, like they are completely disparate. But with respect to y here, from 1 to 5, if we want to find the area between them, we're talking about finding all this area right here. So much like before, I've got to write this as x equals something. I've got to write this as x equals something. And oh, wow, weird. And then I've got to put it in terms of my x right there. So if you do have questions, you can come find me. Like all we would do is take the g of x minus the f of x, because it's the one to the left there. So we're going to do upper minus lower. But regardless, in my next video, I'll solve that one through for in detail example. But if you do have questions, reach out through email or come find me in class.